All right, let's do this. You might want to grab a drink and a snack because I think it's going to take a while. Hi, my name is Sarah and my channel is all about sewing and styling a handmade wardrobe. Today we're going to talk about all the things that I obtained in the month of September. Make sure you watch to the end of the video because I have a fabric giveaway for you. But for now, let's just get started with patterns. The first thing I want to talk about is a package that was sent to me by Andra of Andra Makes. Andra is such a lovely YouTuber. I enjoy watching her channel, and she loves to thrift, so she often picks up vintage patterns. And a few months ago, or a month back now, she texted me and said that she had a bunch of vintage patterns that were in smaller sizes, and she wanted to know if I wanted them. So I said, sure, why not? I was thinking she was going to send me, an envelope with a couple patterns in the mail. So one day I come home from work and there's this giant box sitting in my living room, and I'm kind of like, what is this? So I opened it up and it was just chock full of vintage patterns. I was definitely not expecting Andra to send me this many. So thank you, Andra. It was so incredibly generous of you to share your thrifting skills with me. And it's actually really wonderful for me because although I like vintage patterns, I do not have the patience for thrifting. So I never ever would have found any of these patterns on my own. So because there were so many, unfortunately, I don't have the time to share all of them with you, but I pulled out a nice little selection of 5 patterns that were my favorites that I can share with you right now. So this first one is McCalls 7726, and it's from 1981, and it is a button-up blouse pattern. I think this one is fun because although it is obviously from the 80s when you look at the pattern cover, I think that it also looks very modern, and I'm pretty sure that I've seen some modern releases that look kind of similar to this. So if you guys are not new to my channel, then you'll know that I love a good button-up shirt. So I really like this pattern and I would like to try it at some point. The sizing that I received on this one is a size 12. This next one is Butterick 6429. I couldn't find a date on this one, and this one comes in a size 8. This is a nice versatile pattern that has a dress, a top, and a skirt. And I really like the wrap style, and I think that it has a little notched shawl collar, which is really unique and interesting. And it has options for both a sleeved and a sleeveless version. I like the more slim-fitting style of this dress, and I think that it could be a really useful one for my work wardrobe. This next pattern is McCalls 7777, and it's from 1995. This is a little A-line skirt that comes with lots of different views with different variations of pleats or no pleats. This type of structured A-line skirt tends to look really good on me, and I have a few ready-to-wear skirts that have a similar look to this, but I haven't really made one for myself in a long time, so I would like to try this in something like a wool, or maybe even like a faux leather. I think it could be a really useful piece in my fall and winter wardrobe. This one comes in a size 4, 6, and 8, which might be a little bit small for my waist, but I could probably figure out how to make it a little bit bigger. This next one is Simplicity 9138 from 1979, and it comes in a size 10. This is also a button-up blouse. I really like the style of this one. It has shoulder gathers and it just adds some softness. It would be really pretty in a soft fabric like a rayon. And it also has an option to have a little tie neck, which is actually very popular this season. So I'd really like to give this one a try. And the last one I'm going to share with you is Simplicity 8983, also from 1979. This one comes in a size 12, and it's another shirt dress. I do love a good shirt dress. I have been wanting to add more of them to my closet. And this one has some really fun and interesting details because there's a little slit in the side and then there's like a pleat in the back. And that pleat actually extends all the way down from the yoke. And it's just a really interesting design. I think it could look really cute for fall in a corduroy fabric or like a needle cord. So I might look out for some fabric for that because I do think it would be a lovely dress for fall and winter. So thank you so much, Andra, for sharing your wealth of patterns with me. It was just so generous of you and totally unexpected, and I do really appreciate it. Now let's talk about the patterns that I purchased. I recently canceled my Seamwork subscription. I just did it for a little 1-month trial. I'm undecided at this point whether I will go ahead and do the full subscription or not. I'm thinking about it. But in the meantime, because I sort of subscribed in between months, I was able to get 2 more credits before my $1 subscription expired. So I downloaded 2 more patterns from them, and the first one is the Seamwork Aberdeen. The Aberdeen is a knit top. It has a V-neck in the front and in the back. It's sort of a batwing top with a curved hem. And I've actually already sewn this up, so you will be seeing more details about this in my next Makes video. The second Seamwork pattern I downloaded is the Liliana. This is a Chanel style jacket and it doesn't have any closures, And I have to say that the pattern cover didn't really appeal to me, but when I was looking at the hashtag, someone on Instagram had used it to make a quilted jacket that was absolutely beautiful. And I did think that this would be a nice, simple template to use for a quilted jacket. So I went ahead and downloaded that pattern, and I would like to try that out. I've been wanting to make a quilted jacket for quite a long time now, but I just haven't bit the bullet, and maybe now is the time. The next pattern that I purchased is the Vicky Sews Laura. This is a knit top that has an asymmetrical neckline, and I have actually already made this one up as well, so you will be seeing more details about it later. This particular pattern doesn't come in the hugest size range, but it is a really nice fitted top with a really interesting and unique detail. I've never seen a neckline detail like that anywhere else, and I really do like the top that I made, spoiler alert, but you'll see more details about that really soon. If you're enjoying this video and you feel like you get value out of watching my channel, I would appreciate it so much if you would give me a thumbs up, because it helps signal YouTube to send my video out to new viewers. Thank you so much for your support. The next two patterns I bought on sale from the Fold line. I bought the Sew Liberated Hinterlands dress. Now this is a dress that is extremely popular in the sewing community, but I've never really been drawn to it until I saw Michelle from the Sewing Bunny make a version out of double gauze. And I just fell in love with it, and I decided that I wanted to make one for myself. Now because we are fully in fall season at this point, I don't think I'm going to do the sleeveless double gauze version right now, but I am on the lookout to try to find some fabric that I could do a longer sleeve version, and it's more of a winter dress. I haven't quite nailed down exactly what I want to use yet, but I would like to get that sewn up this fall and winter. The second pattern that I bought from the Fold line is the Anna Allen Anthea blouse. This is another one that has just been on my wish list for a really long time, and I've actually already sewn this one up as well, so you will be seeing more about it very soon. It's a button-up blouse with no collar and really puffy sleeves, and has a shirt tail hem. And there's also a version where you can make a dress. It's another one that's just been so incredibly popular, so I'd be very surprised if you haven't heard of it before, but I finally made my own version, and you'll see the details in a future video. Now let's move on to the fabrics. I made my first ever purchase from a place called the Fabric Market. I'd never heard of them before, but I heard about it, I think from Viv Mom Sews, and they had really good prices, so I thought I would go ahead and check them out. And I bought one piece of fabric from them. I got 3 yards of this really bright pink linen rayon blend. And Barbie pink is very popular this season, and I've just been wanting to add this shade to my wardrobe because I do think that it's very fun. And I'm actually going to be making the Jean Paul coverall out of this from Ready to Sew. I bought the pattern in my last haul, and I'll link that up in the cards in case you missed that one. But I'm going to be making this for 85th and Wade's jumpsuit challenge. I'll put up the graphic of the jumpsuit challenge, and I'll link her channel and her Instagram down in the description box so you can find out more information about that challenge. It's going to be going on in the month of October, so I will be doing a full video about my experience of making this jumpsuit, and I just think that the bright pink and the coverall style is going to be such a fun juxtaposition, and I'm really excited to get started on that. The next 4 fabrics I purchased from D&H Fabrics, which is one of my favorite fabric shops. I think that the owner might have taken the summer off, and she kind of had a little bit of a hiatus. And then I got an email from her shop saying that she was back and that she was doing a 50% off sale to kind of clear out some inventory. Now 50% off, I'm trying not to buy any fabric, but I couldn't pass up 50% off, and everything in that shop is so well curated and it's always really high quality. So I rushed right on over there and bought some things that I'd had my eye on for quite a while, and I got them at an amazing price. The first one is this Echo Vera viscose jersey, and it's in this zebra print, and it has kind of a taupe background with the black stripes. I'd say it has moderate stretch in both directions. And because I have 2 yards, I've really been thinking about possibly doing some sort of wrap dress with this. Although I may end up making a top, I'm not really sure. It is a bit on the thin side, so it's probably not the most practical thing for the fall and winter where I live, but I do think because of the colors, it would be seasonally appropriate. So I am not quite decided what I want to do with this yet, but I do think that it's a really beautiful fabric. This next one is a stretch corduroy. It has a really nice amount of stretch to it, and it's in this gorgeous green color. Now when I put in the clips, they had to be a little bit short because the camera colors were going all funky when I was trying to get close-ups, but I will insert a picture so hopefully you can see how fine the wales are on the corduroy. So this fabric, I am planning to make my husband another pair of Jutland pants. His birthday is in November, and so I would really like to make it a goal to get those pants sewn up for him for the fall and winter. And I think that he will absolutely love this color, and I know that he loves corduroy, so I really just need to put it on my sewing plan so that I can make sure that I get that done for him. So for this next one, I need to get better about reading the descriptions online before I buy things because this is a linen rayon blend. I don't think it was labeled as a sateen, but I do know that it was in the description that it said that it was shiny or that it had a sheen to it, and I do not like shiny fabrics. So when it got here in the mail, I do like the print of it, but I really don't like the shininess. It's actually a little bit on the heavy side, so I think that it would be really nice for like a shirt dress. I got 2 yards of this. Or I could just stick with a regular button-up shirt, but the shininess is really kind of bothering me. The other side actually is matte, and so I was thinking that perhaps when I sew it up, I might actually do it with the wrong side out so that it's not shiny. Now this is totally personal preference. I can't explain to you why I'm so weird about shiny fabrics, but I just don't like them. So I do think that I'll still be able to use this fabric on the wrong side, and I think that the print actually looks kind of cool on this side as well, but I do think technically it's supposed to go with the shiny side out. So like I said, I'm not fully decided yet on what I want to do with that fabric, but I'm thinking a shirt or a shirt dress. So I've saved my favorite for last. This one is a rayon fabric, and look at this beautiful print. It's on a dark background, but it has these really bright flowers. I really wanted to purchase 3 yards of this for a dress, but they only had 2 yards in stock. So I bought the 2 yards, and I think I'm gonna make some type of flowy blouse, maybe another Anthea blouse, I'm not really sure. But this deserves to be made into something fabulous because the print is just so beautiful, and I absolutely love it. So the last bit of fabric that I want to share with you has actually already been sewn up. So I did a collab with Morex Fabrics a few months back, and they messaged me on Instagram a few weeks ago and kind of out of the blue and said that they had a little box of fabric that they wanted to send to me, and they were just sending it to me for free. There was no obligation to share. So that was so incredibly generous of them, so thank you to Morex for doing that. So when I got the box in the mail, there was nothing labeled, so I don't know what any of the fabric contents are. But there were a couple pieces that I liked, and I've actually already sewn them up. But there were also several other pieces that I figured I'm never actually going to use them myself, and that is because a lot of them are sheer. Now, I do not particularly enjoy sewing with sheer fabrics, but I don't wear them either. Here's my thing about sheer fabrics. Usually when you make something that's sheer, it's normally like a long sleeve blouse or something that obviously it's see-through, so you're supposed to wear like a camisole underneath or something. But it's typically something that fully covers your body. So my thing about that is in the summertime when it's hot, I'm unlikely to want to wear like a long sleeve shirt no matter how sheer it is. I would rather just wear like a tank top or a t-shirt or something that's a little bit more comfortable. But in the winter time, the fall and winter where I live, it's really cold. And so if you wear something that's sheer, I'm gonna freeze to death no matter how many layers I wear underneath. So for me personally, it's just, there's never really a practical time to wear something sheer. And the fact that I don't like sewing with it either, I just decided that I'm probably just not going to use these fabrics. And so it would be better for me to pass them on to someone who would enjoy them. Now, full disclosure, like I said, Morex just sent me these fabrics packed up in a box, and so I don't know what any of the fabric contents are. And to be honest with you, just again, full disclosure, some of them are kind of odd shapes, like they're not quite like perfect, you know, like 1 yard or 2 yard cuts. I do believe that there are 2 yards of everything except for one piece where there is 1 yard. But I will just have this little bundle and tied up that I'm going to share with you guys, and I also have a clip to insert so you can see more details. Now this one right here, the brown, I'm reasonably sure that this is their crinkle rayon because they sent me some of that in the past and it seems very similar. So I'm pretty sure this one's the crinkle rayon and this is not see-through. But the other 3 pieces definitely are sheer and it's just not really to my taste, and so I think that it would be better for me to share it with one of you. If you would like to win this little bundle of fabrics, leave me a comment down below and let me know what you sew with shears, because maybe I'm wrong about it, maybe there's some sort of application that would be practical and I might change my mind for future reference, so I'd love to learn from all of you. What do you make with sheer fabric? I would also be so incredibly grateful if you would hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, but I can't make it a requirement because I won't know if you've actually done that or not. But I would really appreciate it if you would support the channel if you are also entering the giveaway. Now, if haul videos are your thing, I'm going to link this one that you can watch next, which is from last month, so you can see all of the wonderful things that I've been buying. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it so much, and I'll see you next time.